Well, we're back right here in the studio, and we have with us our first guest, Dr. Captain الأمير الفرج, and he's a into the maritime arbitration. Dr. Captain, welcome to our program.
Welcome to you. Good evening also.
Nice to have you with us. And the first question, I'm sure the audience and myself like to know, maritime arbitration. What do you mean by this, sir?
So I can see short and cut. Marine arbitration is the legal systems to resolve marine dispute appointed by marine parties. He's calling private judge or arbitrator.
Okay, so tell us about now a little bit about some of the major marine disputes that are in the area and your job. What does it entail, please?
Yeah, I'm going to, I'm consulting for different type of the disputes. There is two types of dispute. It's coming with the contract, and some disputes is coming without contract. So we say it for contract is between shipper and ship owner, or shipper with the carrier, or ship owner with the charter party, or sometimes dispute with the ship with the cargo owners. In the ports, there is some damage happens, and sometimes there dispute about the grounding, collision between two ships, sinking, fire in the ships. All this will be coverage with the marine arbitrations.
And are there like specific, let's say, laws protecting and solving such conflicts or disputes, or is it not very clear?
For example, I give small example. With the happen both ship collision. So
yeah, if they collide, what
yes,
happens?
There's different nationality, right?
Yes.
This number one. And number two, when you have in this collision, that means the damage will be in the cargo, and the damage will be happen with the hull of the ship. So what can you do? The first things, which law we can use it? Because you have different nationality. For example, the ship Kuwaiti nationality and the other is Bahrain nationality. Which one use it? And also, who can make this report about this collision? For my experience, the court of Kuwait, they don't have very good experience about that. So this party's dispute, he's going for the arbitration because he's familiar with that. So I can say, I can do the report. Who will be percentage, 50-50, 70-30, 60-40, depends what the kind of the collision, depends what the error, human error, technical error. So all this we can do it as a report and give for the court, or sometimes the parties who don't like to go to the court, he like to go for the arbitrations. So arbitration within 1 week he do
to solve
everything.
It quickly.
That's right, that's right.
So you actually, let's say, go out to the site, check things. Tell us more about your job, sir.
There's happened in Kuwait collision between the ship with the ship when he
enter the port.
Yes. The ship, he departed from the berth, so there's damage happen with the derricks and come the fire. I'm counsel for to do who's be responsible about this damage. So this I have to report for the port. I have to sit with the captain, I have to sit with the officer on the board, I have to sit with the pilot, and after that I will check the ship, where happened the damage, what time, the ship is seaworthiness or unseaworthiness, the pilot is very good job when he do before he departure the ship. All this will be righted, and I give the court, and the court will be depends if you go for that or not. So this is my job.
And maritime arbitration, is it in danger of anything, or is it still everything is good with it? And
nothing is good, nothing is
really?
Perfect.
Yeah.
The arbitration, marine arbitration, is very dangerous.
Yes.
When I say I will go for marine arbitration, that means I keep out of my law country, so I go for private law. That means marine arbitrations. When the marine arbitration, he decided, one of them, he will pay for all this damage. So that's been done, finished. I can't discuss with this guy, done. So that's mean, if I go in the future, I say I don't go for this decided. So the Kuwait of the law, he can't say yes or no. This is very dangerous. The marine arbitration is very specialized. So in Arab country, we don't have this kind. all will be in the West countries, still in Kuwait.
We are lacking this in this area, maybe, huh?
That's right, yeah.
Okay. So tell us now, Dr. Captain, how did you get involved in this field? A very interesting field. I mean, have you a long history dealing with the, let's say, things when it comes to the marine life and water? Tell us.
Yes, I go for practicals. I go for second and chief and captain on board. I study all this about 9 to 10 years, and start in 2004, 2005 to think going for
Master's,
study,
PhD.
yes, exactly, for marine arbitration. And this is my book. This is the first book issued in Kuwait and in GSCC. So he discussed with what the cases we have in Arab country, in the world country. You know, I like this kind because I feel with that. You know, buy books and buy practical when buy officers on board. Yes.
And you said before we came on that you're planning to do this book also in English, correct?
Yes, in Europe court, he started to translate to England, to English books. This book's in Kuwait now, in Emirates, in Doha, and Oman, and also in GCC. Keep it, this one. Yes,
this is a very beautiful book that our Dr. Captain has brought to us. Al-Amir here, he's in maritime arbitration, and really congratulations on this book also. It's a very lovely production, and we always are very proud that you're a Kuwaiti who's involved in this field of maritime arbitration. Now, as an expert in this field, Dr. Captain, so you said that you feel that the Arab countries, it's lacking a little bit, that the knowledge of this, right?
You know, there is International Maritime Organization. This is he issued what the international conventions for exactly the maritime law. There is figure that is 90% is all the dispute, marine dispute in the Western country. Nobody give this dispute in Arab country. When I asked him why, he said, I'm afraid to give that in Arab country because nobody is specialized for that. So that's point. I try to need a center in Kuwait, umbrella under the state of Kuwait. To do this central, I do the some courses for the young people, for the lawyers, for the interested with the seamanship. To do it, what is the meaning of arbitration, and start to marine arbitration in Kuwait. And we discuss with the England. England is #1 for marine arbitration, and New York is #2, and the Paris is #3. All the contract marine arbitration will go for 3 countries. Nobody go for the Arab countries. So big questions. So we need do it in the Arab country. We need that. I want to tell the parties I'm interested with that. So you know, this is maybe I take time. But inshallah, I will do it.
Yeah, I think we need more young Kuwaitis to study this field.
That's right.
And to learn more about it.
That's right. You have to do education for that. Have to learn what is the meaning of the International Convention of the Marine Law. Have to learn what is the meaning. The Kuwait law is started in 1980. You have to know what the custom laws. You know, this is big deal. Also in Kuwait court, you don't have this experience. Nobody knows. We have plenty of international conventions Kuwait has applied for that, but nobody knows what is the meaning. For example,
how to implement them in the meaning.
That's
correct.
right.
Tell us, for example.
For example, you know, when I say the port is safe or unsafe, nobody say the port is safe or unsafe. The customer, he said, for the port is safe or unsafe. You know why? When you see the port, the operation of the port, navigation control and accommodation of ship and loading and discharge, maintenance, servicing for ship, this all operation have give for the customers. When you give this operation a good quality, the port will be very, very good, #1 or #2. We have still until in Kuwait, we don't have this very quality that. Yes, we have safe port, but we don't have the quality that. The ship will be stay 1 week. or 10 days in the anchorage area. So we had damage for the cargo. The ship owner, he don't like doing that. So when you do that, I can do it by the international conventions. The people in the port have to start to do with these operations. For example, Jabal Ali. Jabal Ali is the number one in the East Wall. When you do that operation with the Jabal Ali, we see feeling big difference with the others ports in the Gulf. So we need protections. We need umbrella for that.
Do you also travel down the Gulf and do seminars, lectures, things like that, or participate? Tell us about that.
I do seminar. I do short courses in Qatar, short courses in Emirates with the GCC, I think. We do marine arbitrations with Muscat, Oman. I do marine arbitration also in Alexandria. I do here in Kuwait as a small short courses, about 5 to 1 week, 5 levels. Each level there's exam for each levels until he do it 5 levels for each one as exam. So we can say it is arbitrations, is arbitration. He can read the contract. He can know what the legal terms, write it in the contract. The legal terms is 1 pages. When I say what the meaning of the ship owner, he don't know. What the meaning of the shipper, what the responsibility of the carrier, he don't know. All this I can do it by the short courses.
And of course, with His Highness the Emir's wish to have a bigger port for Kuwait.
That's
and everything.
Right. Min Barak al-Kabir.
Yes. So tell us about that. Then we're going to need more people in this field.
Min Barak al-Kabir I read it is very nice. It's very big ports.
Yes.
And very good point. Min Barak al-Kabir. We need the people when you walk in this port. He's specialized. There is some problem with the entering the ship and away from the port. We have to do as small short courses which each operation with the port. We need, for example, navigation control. This is operation, his name navigation control. The job of this department is just for leaving and joining the ship. That means tags, pilots, berthing, roofs. So all this kind I have to do it as a short courses for that. And also when the ship berthing the port, so that means accommodation of ship. There's specialized people how to loading and discharge the cargo, how to accommodate it, the ship. And also when the ship he need the maintenance, servicing, all this operation, we do it as very well for this kind of the port. I think will be the second or the first Min Barak Kuwait in the Gulf.
Yeah, that's what we hope for, inshallah. It will be a fully equipped international port of a high standard with a lot of people also in your field to assist with this also.
That's right.
That's what we look forward to, and also hopefully the field will be boosting in the Arab world.
Very good.
Because as you said, there's also a lot of big ports down the Gulf.
Very good. Yes. In Kuwait, I think have 7 ports or 6 ports. When you account in the Gulf, we have 7 ports. Is new. Is new. That's mean big problems. There's dispute happen with the 7 ports.
Sure.
So have to do it as center arbitration. We can deal with the 7 ports. So that's planning for that.
Inshallah, you will plan for this
soon. I hope that, inshallah.
To have some people and taking care of all these issues, because too many ships coming in and everyone's going to need assistance.
And I will be a rich man, inshallah.
Yeah, inshallah. I wish you always the best of luck in your business field and your field, of course. So, what advice do you have for the young Kuwaitis in the field of maritime?
Okay. The first thing, have to very good read with the Kuwait law is 1980. Have to read international conventions what apply the Kuwait sign it. We have to read with the law of the customs. Have to read with the safety that's happened with the ports. Have to joining with the courses. Have to read with the rule of the arbitrations. If you do with that, I think we'll be familiar with the different cases with the disputes.
Yeah, I think reading is important to follow what the laws are, so you know.
International Maritime Organization is within 1 month issued everything different, is new. Have to read what's happened, have to read the cases, have to have good, very experience about these cases. The parties, he's afraid with the arbitration. If he don't have any experience, he don't care, and he don't give you the cases, the $1 million.
One question that comes to mind, Dr. Captain, what if two ships collide in international waters? How does that rule by law? What international waters, it's international.
That's right.
So is there like an international law?
That's
or
right.
What?
99.9%, both ships go for marine arbitrations. And the marine arbitrations, his name, United Nations Conventions Law of the Sea.
Okay.
He can deal with the kind of the collision, and there is one regulation, his name, Rule of the Road, International Regulation of the Collision is Rule of the Road. This one is Kuwait is apply. We can do it with this kind of collision. So different nationality, same nationality, open the sea, local the sea, everybody here looking about the arbitrations.
Yes, very important field, and as we're coming towards the end of our interview this evening, do you have any final words or comments for the audience watching Hala Kuwait tonight?
I hope to do at the center. I hope to do at the center umbrella in the state of Kuwait to education, marine arbitration, start from my country, and we go, and after that to Gulf of the area.
Well, we'd like to thank you, Dr. Captain, for joining us, Dr. Captain Al-Amir, for joining us, and wish you all the best of luck in your future endeavors. And it was a pleasure to have you on and shedding some light on this very interesting topic.
Thank you very much, and nice to meet you again.
Thank you. Thank you so much. We'd like to thank our distinguished guest for joining us this evening, wishing him all the best of luck in his future endeavors. And right now we'd like to move on to another one of our great reports, and it's a report on the Cayenne Club Cycle meeting. So let's take a look at this meeting and what took place. Stay tuned.